Marbury v. Madison, 1803.
I can show you the world. This was the 1800s. Tell me, people, now when did you last let the courts decide?
Prior to this monumental case, the judiciary branch had very little power in comparison to the other two branches. Marbury v. Madison established the principle of judicial review, a practice that allows the court to declare something unconstitutional.
A whole new court, a new fantastic point of view. The government tells us no and where to go. Now I'm in a world with judicial review.
William Marbury took his case to court when Secretary of State James Madison refused to deliver him his appointment to be a judge in Illinois. Plessy v. Ferguson, 1896.
Look at our world, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think that our nation's complete? Wouldn't you think we're the ones who have everything?
The ruling stated that as long as public facilities were equal in condition, they could be segregated. Hence the most famous phrase from the case, separate but equal.
We were hoping that we would be equal, but it turns out we haven't progressed. Separate but equal? Well, alright then. They don't care, that's not fair. We want more.
The decision was 8-1. The one dissenter was John Marshall Harlan, who famously said, "Our Constitution is colorblind." From this point onward, Jim Crow laws were prevalent throughout the South.
Down in the South, we don't get too far. Freedom's required for speech and voting, but in the courts we're not. What's that word again? Free. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they don't stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish we could be part of that world.
Brown v. Board of Education, 1950. It was decided that segregation in public schools violated the Equal Protection Clause of the laws guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. Oliver Brown brought his case to court because his daughter, who was in the 3rd grade, had to take a dangerous route to the colored school. Thurgood Marshall argued that segregation did lifelong damage to black self-esteem.
I had a dream, where people all have equal opportunity. And with every passing order comes an end to segregation, and equal education reigns supreme.
Loving v. Virginia, 1967. The case was brought to court by Mildred Loving, a black woman, and Richard Loving, a white man. The two had been imprisoned for marrying in a state that had outlawed interracial marriage. The ruling ended all legal restrictions on interracial marriage in the country.
Prior to loving v. Virginia, we couldn't marry somebody if they were of a different color. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Who you think you're kidding? You two are two different races, try to keep it hidden. Honey, we can't see you with him, girl, you should conceal it. We know how you're feeling, who you're thinking of. Ooh, no chance, no way, let me say I'm in love. Give up, give in, don't you say you're in love. This poor case, I can say I'm in love.
U.S. v. Nixon, 1974. The ruling was unanimous against President Nixon and ordered him to deliver presidential tape recordings to the district court. Today, the court's ruling is considered a precedent that limits the power of any president from claiming executive privilege.
Nixon escaped impeachment in the scandal of Watergate. The people were real unhappy. He had made a big mistake. He thought he had all the power. He taped things he shouldn't have. The courts then decided that he should step out of the White House. Under the law, it's still illegal 'cause he's not regal. Under the law.
Obergefell v. Hodges, 2015. In a 5-4 decision, the ruling overturned 1971's Baker v. Nelson. The ruling holds that the 14th Amendment requires a state to license a marriage between same-sex couples and to recognize a marriage between two people of the same sex who married legally in another state when same-sex marriage in the former state was still illegal.
All my life has been a series of doors in my face. Then suddenly I could marry you.
I was thinking the same thing, 'cause I've been wanting all my life to change my own ways. And maybe it's the court case talking, or the rainbow fondue.
But with you, I can be my true self.
And it's nothing like I ever known before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Love is an open door with you, with you, with you, with you. Love's an open door.
Wait, are you supposed to be in the frame?
Oh, should I not?
Yeah, you're not. You're in the frame.
I am.
I don't want to hurt you.
All my life.
Well, I have to be close to the door. I'd be like, ah!